You know what a base scientist loves? Another base scientist who wants to get to the bottom of things, who just don't take everything but at face value. Yesterday I watched a tremendous interview with two base scientists, Dr. Gerald Pollack, the author of Four Phases of Water, a true base scientist, true and true. He was being interviewed by Excellent Health, another young base scientist. But this Dr. Michael Pollack, he was on to everything. He wanted to know everything. This guy just don't take everything we learn in the school, like so many do, that this is the things are like this, that the education system teaches us. And it's pretty easy because they teach it like this is it. There's no other options, even though there's many, and I mean many, scientists not agreeing, saying this can't be right, this ain't it, dog. But these guys, they're being shunned about. These guys are being given that treatment. Shut your mouth. You know nothing. Because maybe there is some bigger agendas being pushed in here where it comes to our education. All of that. But this Michael guy, he was one of the first to figure out the fourth phase of water, which is the water in our cells. And he was figuring out that we are electrical beings by nature, with human beings. We have this thing called easy water in our cells. You can go learn about it from his book or that interview. Interesting stuff. What gives that easy water? Energy. What gives our gives our cells energy? Is there some easy water in raw chicken? What about cooked chicken? This guy seemed to love the idea of raw chicken or raw meat. But this guy was not done with that. This guy has been trying to figure out what's the true model of atom. We have this model that we learned that protons and neutrons are in the middle, electrons orbiting them. Kinda like the solar system model. But anyway, he and many other scientists ain't happy with that model. It got some holes in it. So he created another model that was very similar to that one guy in the beginning of last century came up with. this chemist. But just by listening that, his model might not be right, but you understand that just the model of the atom might not be how we are being taught it is. Even that basic thing that we kinda took, like that's how it is. That's how I was taught in school. But it not might be. And when they came up with that, there were many scientists not agreeing with the model, straight up saying this is bullshit model. But they still came up with that one. Anyway, this guy was interested about that. His next book, or his coming book, is about the atom. He has many coming books. He also wanted to figure out why do the birds fly, why do the airplanes fly. He was into geoengineering, why does hurricanes, thunderstorms, tornadoes, where do they get their energy, why they form these, what's the word, form these formations that they do in nature, what creates wind, what creates earthquakes, what creates volcanoes, or why do the volcanoes erupt. Like, he was figuring out a lot of that stuff, coming up with different answers than the mainstream narrative gives you. Now, one of the interesting things he talked about is transmuting that plants, animals. He was talking about this chicken experiment, that when chicken are fed with food that's completely devoid of calcium, but they still lay eggs that are very hard. So usually that means they should be eating calcium, because they need calcium to form those eggs to be that hard structure. But the scientists were testing the food and there were no calcium, but the eggs still came out very hard. Now what they find out, that if they took also the Michael, I have not looked into the study yet, but the Michael was saying, Dr. Michael, that if they took out potassium also, the eggs would be not, they would become soft after that. The shell would be soft. But if they give potassium, but there was no calcium, the eggshells still would be normal, hard-like. He was also giving some examples with plants. But this would mean that animals, maybe even us, is this how placebo works? Are you placebo maxing? Putting your intentions to the right place? Maybe that's how I eat this raw chicken. With magic. But anyway, this transmuting concept is that we could transmute other minerals, in this case, to other minerals. We don't even need some of the minerals, and we can transmute the other ones to the other ones. This would be kinda massive finding, and it would explain a lot what happens with placebo effect. But obviously you need the energy, you need something to transmute the other mineral to something. That's an interesting concept. And the excellent Held Jones, he was straight away making the connection that maybe that's why there's some vegans who have done it for multiple years and still kinda be looking good. They transmuting. Is that long term the best option, to transmute? rely on transmuting. That's kind of cool though. That means you have our mind powers over your body, and we all know we do. That would kind of confirm it and make it more clear. It wouldn't be all this woo woo waha anymore. So that's pretty interesting. Check out the interview. Excellent held on YouTube. Dr. Michael Pollack. Very based. I love based scientists because I'm the best scientist myself. Anyway, thanks for watching. Be blessed.